students to another module from the chapter Chemistry in Everyday Life. We have started learning about chemistry in medicines. In this module, we are going to be learning about tranquilizers. Now children, tranquilizers. Where does the word tranquil come from? Tranquil means calm, which means that these tranquilizers will bring about calmness, means that they are going to be acting on your nervous system. They do the work of relieving or reducing stress as well as anxiety. They affect the transferring mechanism from nerve to the receptors. Example of a tranquilizer is noradrenaline. It is a neurotransmitter. What it does is it plays a very important role in changing the mood of a person. What we see is when the noradrenaline levels are low, we see that this person is generally suffering from depression. Now children, the drugs in mental disorders can be of three types. They can be either tranquilizers or they can be either antidepressants or also known as mood elevators. Also they can be sedatives. Now, whenever there is a mental disorder means that either the CNS activity is slow, which will either result in or express itself as depression, or the CNS activity can be fast, which will express itself as an anxiety. But none of them are good. So we need to use some medicines. If the CNS activity is slow, what we need to do is we need to stimulate the activity. And if the CNS activity is fast, we need to reduce the activity. Now, let us see how these will be done. If we want to stimulate the activity, what we need to do is use an antidepressant or we use a mood elevator. Whereas when you want to reduce the activity, we use either sedatives. Sedatives will induce sleep, or we use tranquilizers, and tranquilizers relieve stress and anxiety. Now, what we see is sedatives and tranquilizers are used interchangeably. They are not used together at once. Now children, let us see some side effects of these. Yes, the side effects commonest one is seen as headache. Also, the person can suffer from weight gain, and also they can suffer from blurring of vision. Now, some examples. Let us see some. The first example seen here, let us see. Can you see how this is being drawn? Yes, this example further continued. And this whole example, what you see children, is known as equanyl. Yes, now we come to the next example. In this equanyl, what we see is it comes from carbamic acid, and this is from carbamic acid. This is how equanyl has been derived. Now children, the next example is what is called as meprobamate. In meprobamate, we have got a methyl, we have a propyl, and we have carbamic acid. Yes, so this is known as meprobamate. Now, what we see the next example. Look here children, this is known as Valium. Yes, the next example seen is known as chlordiazepoxide. And the last, what we see are sedatives. Now, what are sedatives and where are they? How are they derived? How do we derive a sedative? First, we take urea and combine it with malonic acid, and what we get children is called as barbituric acid. Now, from barbituric acid, we get a sedative which is known as barbital or also called as veronal. Yes, this is the structure of barbital. Now children, after sedatives, what we come to are antidepressants. Antidepressants, which means that it is going to stimulate the CNS. The example of an antidepressant is Nardil or also called as phenylzyne. Yes children?